Hey, how's it going?
Hi, how are you doing?
Good. What is this?
I thought you might want to take a look at a limited edition of the book 7 Years in Tibet by Handcuffs. These boards are all actually hand-carved by Tibetan monks.
Looked a hell of a lot older when it was in your hand. How about
Yeah,
that?
it's designed to look older than it actually is.
What the? How do you open it?
I got the book in Chicago, an antiquarian bookseller, about 10 years ago. I'm interested in possibly selling the book based on some of the values I've seen for it. I've got a couple other copies of it, but this one's very unique in the way it's made. The price I'm looking for would be about $3,000. I'm not looking to come off that a great deal, maybe $2,800, just because it's a book that I really like.
I'm deeply intrigued here. The book's an amazing story. It's
Yeah.
Heydrich, what was his name?
Handcuffs. He was a mountain climber from Austria. He was climbing the Himalayas. When the war broke out between the British and Germany and Austria, he was basically picked up by the British and put in an internment camp with all the other Germans that they found in India.
And basically he got out of there, ended up in Tibet, and was there for 7 years, become friends with the Dalai Lama.
Yeah. They spent 2 years getting from the border of Tibet to Lhasa, the capital. It's an adventure story because that whole 2 years, they were basically starving to death. They almost died because of the elements.
Well, yeah, because, well, Tibet, overland to get there is very,
Exactly.
very difficult.
Exactly.
7 Years in Tibet is a modern classic, and its message is very important today. I'm definitely interested in this limited edition, but I've got too many questions just to come out and make an offer.
Do you mind if I open it up a little bit?
help yourself.
First off, I really love the story. I think it's one of the great tragedies of the 20th century. To this day, the Chinese still occupy Tibet, and they've basically destroyed the culture there. They've made, native Tibetans leave. They've brought in Chinese nationals. They've destroyed all the monuments. It's really, really sad, and it's really cool that these books are around because you get an understanding of what it was like.
Exactly.
It's beautiful. The paper is amazing. This is a great engraving right here.
Yeah, there's quite a few. This edition's also signed by the author who died 4 or 5 years ago.
Where's it? Can you show me?
Sure. There we go. This is number 17 out of 300, and it's signed by the author there.
When was it printed?
1993.
Okay, it's really interesting. What'd you want to do with it? You want to sell it? You want to?
I was interested in possibly selling it, yeah. Just because I have several editions of this book, so.
Okay. And how much were you looking to get out of it?
I would probably sell it for around $3,000.
Okay. Normally on a book printed in 1993, I would just tell you to kick rocks immediately.
I understand.
But I am deeply intrigued by it. I know a lot about a lot of things, but I don't know what this book is worth. I'd really like to have someone look at it. I have a friend who, that's all she does is rare books.
Okay.
If you don't
sounds
mind hanging out a little bit, she works right up the street.
No problem.
Okay. I'll be right back.
There's upsides and downsides. The upside, of course, would be as if she thinks it's worth more than I think it's worth. Of course, she may also say it's worth less. So.
7 years in Tibet, but it's a newer one.
Rick, remember, old book doesn't mean rare, and a new book doesn't necessarily mean it's not rare.
All right.
So this is Limited Editions Club.
Right.
They stopped just a few years ago, actually. They ran for almost 100 years, producing books by essentially subscription. They were trying to pay attention to the book arts. So they get really famous book illustrators, really famous book designers, and it was meant to celebrate the physical book. Only 300 people had the opportunity to buy this book. It's a beautiful book, Rick. And the paper, this is really nice.
Okay. You're really excited about this one.
I like it. This book was produced through the Limited Editions Club. They would pay a ton of attention to the ink, to the type, to the paper, to the binding. And so it's no surprise to me at all that they've actually put this together in a beautiful way. The tricky thing about Limited Editions Club is that you'll see people pricing them everywhere. Each book is unique, okay? Each book has a different aesthetic. Everything about it is completely new. Every copy in this edition was signed and limited, so 300 copies only signed by the author. There are a lot of other editions you're not going to find signed. This is just part of what makes this deluxe.
Okay. So, the big question, what's it worth?
There is a friend of mine I know who specializes in limited editions club books. And he has a copy that is pretty similar to this. And his is priced at $1,800, $2,000. All right.
All right.
Anything
Thanks.
else I can do? All right.
If I get it, I will call you.
If you get it, then you will have a gift to offer me later on, right?
Yeah, Christmas is a long way away.
Is it? Personally, I would love to have this book on my bookshelf. From a design perspective, it's beautiful. I mean, this is the type of book that's going to be on your bookshelf and it's going to draw the eye immediately. It's gorgeous.
Okay, so it retails from $1,800 to $2,000.
The copies I saw, they were on sale for a bit more, so that's where I came up with my number. I like the book very much, so I'm sort of reluctant to come down much off my price, to be honest.
It's an amazing book. I love everything about it. I love the wood panels that are on the front of it. I love the binding. I love the pictures in it. It's incredible the way it's done. And I would pay you $1,500 for it. I won't pay you a penny more. I mean, that's basically I'm paying you retail for it practically. But that is it.
Okay, understood, understood. Today, I think I'll just hold on to it.
If you change your mind, come back and see me.
Sounds good. Thanks a lot for your time.
All right.
I think it's certainly a fair price. However, I personally value the book quite a bit more than that, so it's going back on my shelf probably. Unless I lose my job, in which case I might bring it back.
Hey, how can I help you?
I want to sell my 2011 Nike Mags. It's a replica from Back to the Future 2.
Magnetic anti-gravity.
Oh, the Marty McFly Air Mags. I've been dying to see these, man.
Are they really anti-gravity?
I don't know. I've never tried them on yet. Came down to the pawn shop today to try to sell my 2011 Back to the Future 2 replica shoes. I'm looking to get 10 grand out of them, but I'd probably take around, $5,500. These are the hottest ones out on the street right now. They light up.
It's pretty dope.
Nike is huge now, and the company was actually started back in the 1960s by two guys selling shoes out of the trunk of their car. These shoes are the kind that were in Back to the Future 2, right?
Oh, yeah. Tinker Hatfield, he made the original ones on the movie, and he reproduced these, 20 years later. They made 1,500 pairs.
These are the shoes Marty McFly wore. They were anti-gravity, so he could fly with these shoes.
The Back to the Future movies were huge. They raked in billions of dollars. So I'm sure there's a collector's market for this kind of stuff, but it's something I don't know a lot about. Shoes are actually Chum's area of expertise. Where did you get these?
Nike had a big auction for the Parkinson's disease.
Okay, so these were all sold at a charity auction.
Right.
How much did you want for them?
I want around 10,000.
Does that make any sense to you?
Yeah, but I just don't think they're worth it. That is what they're trying to sell them for, though. I've been collecting shoes for a long time. Right now, I got about 200 pairs in my collection, so I know what I'm talking about just a little bit. I would love to have this shoe in my collection. There's only 1,500 of them.
They're really rare.
But in 6 months, what are they going to be at?
These are gonna go up. You're gonna have the Back to the Future 2 movie guys. You're gonna have the sneakerheads that want these.
Nobody wants this shoe. They collect Nikes.
They bought them. They had 80 people bidding on them, so I mean.
That was big companies and rich people, and that wasn't your day-to-day sneakerhead.
This is one of the problems you're gonna have with any charity auction. You can't price something based on what it's sold for at a charity auction, because people bid at those auctions to help raise money and get a tax write-off. So they'll pay way over market value just to help out a cause.
Make me an offer.
I'll give you 1,500 bucks on them.
Can't take that. It's way less than I paid for them.
I appreciate seeing them, man. I really wanted to see them.
For sure.
Thank you.
Alrighty.
I don't see the shoe being worth more than 1,000. What, is this shoe worth more than the Jordan 1?
Hi, how you doing?
Good.
What can I help you with today?
I've got a 1768 lottery ticket signed by George Washington.
Well, you can't cash it in here.
I'm going in the pawn shop today to try to sell a lottery ticket signed by George Washington. What I like about this lottery ticket is it's very rare and the signature is pristine.
So where the hell did you get this?
Well, I bought that from a collector in Connecticut, and I'm an avid document collector. but I have more documents than I have money, and I need some cash.
So do you know anything about it, or?
All I know, it's part of a lottery that was pre-Revolutionary War, and I do know Washington signed a few of them.
There was a lot of different reasons they did lotteries back then. Sometimes they were for a charity, sometimes they were just to get a business going. The thing that confuses me, I don't know why George Washington would sign a lottery ticket.
What do you mean by that?
A lot of times, lotteries were a little corrupt back then, and people didn't like to associate their names with them. I can understand why they would want George Washington associated with the lottery for credibility. It surprises me, though, he actually got involved with it.
The lotteries back then aren't like the lotteries they have today. Some of them were so corrupt, they had predetermined winners. So they didn't have the best reputations.
It's definitely hand-laid paper. You can see the lines in the paper.
Right.
Everything looks right. One of the problems is it's in a really, really good shape. And it surprises me that some of these spots where the writing with the iron ink hasn't began to eat through the paper.
Yeah, well, that's one reason I bought it, though. It was so pristine.
Yeah, it scares me.
This thing is in amazing shape, which on one hand is good, but we're talking about a tiny scrap of paper that's 250 years old. How could it be in this great a shape? Makes you a little suspicious.
Did you want to pawn it or sell it?
I really want to sell it.
Did you have an idea what you wanted for it?
I feel the thing's worth between $8,000 and $10,000. I think the autograph's worth about $8,000, and I want to get at least $5,000 for it.
I'd really like to get it checked out. This is way beyond my area of expertise. I got a buddy who knows all about this stuff. Let me get him in here. We'll look at it. We'll see what we can do.
I'd love it.
I just don't want to. I don't even want to throw out a number.
That's fine.
Okay?
Okay.
Well, this is what I called you about.
I'm a specialist in early American autographs, documents, and various Americana. The early colonial period lotteries were a way for funding special projects such as the building of bridges, restoring buildings, in this case, building a mountain road. George Washington was a landowner, a speculator, and this was actually a project that he had come up with to build a resort, if you could believe that, based on the type of baths that were in Bath, England. And this was to build a road going to the Hot Springs area in Virginia.
Oh, okay.
So, Rick, what are your concerns about this lottery ticket?
You know, the first big giant flag throwing up is it's in such wonderful shape.
Okay. Well, in this particular instance, the tickets were never issued. He had them printed up, signed and numbered, but they never actually held the lottery.
So someone originally found all the original paperwork and cut it up and sold the signatures, or?
Fundamentally, that's what happened. And that's why this particular ticket has the number on the left plus the number on the ticket. Normally, you would cut off that portion and then match the ticket up against the cutting lines when it was presented for a prize.
The fact that these were never issued is fantastic. It explains why they're in such good condition and means they can be worth a lot of money.
The signature itself is absolutely authentic. It was numbered by George Washington himself when he was signing them.
So what's it worth?
This particular one is pretty much the king of all American lottery tickets. If it were in one of our auctions, I believe I'd put an estimate of between $15,000 and $20,000 on this lottery ticket.
15 and 20?
Yeah, absolutely.
Thanks for coming in, Dan. Appreciate it.
You're more than welcome.
I was totally shocked that it was such a valuable piece, more valuable than what I really estimated, but it thrills me to death to have this kind of history in my hand.
So how much you want for it?
How about 15,000?
I'm thinking more in the area of $8,000.
8,000.
I mean, I think it's more than a fair price.
I can't. 12.
You know, I would really, really love to have this.
Let's say 11,000.
Okay, at $11,000, I'm falling in love with it, and a guy like me who falls in love with stuff is out of business real soon.
Okay.
You know, I would love to have it, but I don't want to be married to it.
I'm sorry, I just can't do it. It's just too pristine, it's too valuable, and it's a piece of history lane here, and I can't part with it for anything less than 11. Well, we can part friends, though, can't we, on this?
Yeah, we can be friends.
Okay.
Sorry.
Thanks for looking at it, though.
I'm really, really bummed we weren't able to make a deal on this, but this is a business, and if you forget that for a second, you're not gonna last long.
How can I help you, man?
I've got this pair of antique handcuffs I'd like to sell.
You and your girlfriend got tired of them or something?
No. Coming into the pawn shop today to try to sell my antique handcuffs. I believe the handcuffs are valuable because the age of them and they seem like they're going to have a good bit of history behind them.
How did you get this thing?
I was working for a roofing crew on an old farmhouse. Came down through the roof into a small room that had been concealed over, and I got to rummaging around a little bit and pulled those up out of the floorboards.
These were actually called British plug 8s because when you lock them, they look like a figure 8.
All right.
And there's a nut right down here that would attach to a key. So you put a key in there, you tighten them up, and the plug part comes because there's a plug that went in right here after you locked them. So you couldn't even mess with a nut.
Oh, wow. Pretty complex.
Actually, it's pretty simple, but highly effective.
I really like these handcuffs. When you think about them, the story is amazing. Just try to imagine who it was. Was it a British soldier or was it an American patriot? And why were they being handcuffed? The possibilities are endless. These are unique, and I would love to have them in my shop.
So what do you want to do with them? Pawn them, sell them?
I honestly think I just want to sell them, man.
How much do you want for them?
As old as I feel they are, I really feel like they should bring in several $100s.
Yeah, several $100 ain't gonna happen. Basically, what I could give you is like $100, man.
Oh, wow. Yeah, that's definitely not what I was expecting to hear.
I would say if they were in better condition and had the key, that price would be no problem. I'd give you $300.
All right.
But unfortunately, they don't have the key and they're in lousy shape, so.
They're kind of worth more than $100 to me personally.
Okay, well, yeah, just keep them. Maybe give them to your kids one day.
Collectors who buy these want them in much better condition, and they want them complete. And this pair is missing its key and its plug. It's just not worth as much.
Hey, how can I help you?
Hi, I've got a 1943 World War II Morse code decipher machine.
Wow. You gotta realize most of the World War II coding machines were still illegal to have up to like 10 years ago. No, literally, you could go to prison for a long, long time for having one.
Okay.
Even World War II ones. No one here in a black car followed you or anything, did they?
No, I think I'm good. It's the machine that they use deciphering Morse code. I got it from a friend of mine about a year ago, and it's kind of cool, but money's cooler. I'm gonna ask $300 for it. I'll take a little less, but not too much. We'll have to see how that goes.
It's mega intriguing, okay? The militaries have always used code. Almost all the messages were used through telegraph. And during World War II, they were really difficult to decode. Sometimes we broke them, sometimes we didn't.
Code breaking was very, very important during World War II. And if you screwed up in your Morse code just a little bit, people could die.
So if it's what he says it is,
I would love to have this in my shop.
so do you know if it works?
It turns on. I haven't run a tape through it, so.
There's obviously a lot of vacuum tubes or something to make it this damn heavy.
Yes, yeah, it's extremely heavy.
That's World War II technology right there. It's all here. It's all the original wiring. I like it. So how much you want for it?
Well, I was gonna ask 300.
Okay, I want to call somebody up who will tell me what the hell this is.
Oh, works for me.
He would be impressed, and he will know if you're going to prison or not. So hang out like
Okay.
15 minutes, all right?
All right, thank you.
This is the Super Enigma version of a World War II decoder or a really weird film projector. I don't know. Apparently, you put something Morse code in, and it beeps out the other end.
TG-34A, this was one of the most used types of Morse equipment that we had in World War II. I did bring something down here that I think will help you to understand exactly what this is.
Okay, and that is secret code?
That is actually the tape that goes into this.
How the hell do you have that?
To be perfectly honest, this was in my garage. So I figured I'd bring it down so that you could see it.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, you were just one weird guy.
But this would actually be on a reel like this, and it would beep either with dits or dots.
Dits or dots?
Dits or dots. Dits are the short beeps, dots are the long beeps. But most men who went into the service didn't know Morse code. They had to be taught. This is a training machine.
Oh, wow.
A machine like this was really important because one dit or dot wrong, and you can completely throw off a battle, throw off a plan, tell people to go to the wrong place. So it was very important that you were actually being trained to do it precisely as you were hearing it.
So this was not used in the battlefield, obviously. This was
No.
used in the States in a classroom setting.
Yes, this is a training unit.
Okay. All right, well, thanks, man. I know exactly what I have now.
All righty. During World War II, Morse code was the common language that could be used. It's one of those codes that a lot of people know. But in the military, you had to be so exact that you had to go back to school to learn it.
You know what? It looks like it's in good shape. I have no idea if I can sell it. I'll give you 200 bucks.
I went online and did research it, and they were between 500 and 900.
There's one guy in the world with a really big beard with the only tape for this thing, and even he doesn't want it.
250?
200 bucks, and I am taking a big shot whether I'm ever going to sell this thing or not. So if you want 200 bucks, I'll give you 200 bucks.
All right, 200 bucks.
All right, sweet, man.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, just leave it here for now, and I'll meet you right up front.
All right, thank you. When I found out it was a training tool, I got disappointed. I'm like, there goes the price, because it's not out in the field and all that. But 200 is a fair price. That'll give me some spending money here in Vegas, and I can have some fun with that.
What do we have here?
It's a 16mm camera, and it's made by Berndt-Maurer.
Okay. We're gonna make a newsreel or something?
Yeah. I came to the pawn shop today to sell my 16mm camera. I found it in the attic of an old theater. I'm having a baby, and I want to sell it because I need lots of baby gear. I would like to get $2,000 for the camera, but I maybe will take a little bit lower.
This is really uber cool.
Do you know anything about it?
I do know it's a Berndt-Maurer camera.
Okay. And the lens, you know, it's Bell and Howell. They were really big on lenses back then.
Uh-huh.
Rarely back then did the camera maker would make the lenses. This is a professional camera. If you've ever seen the video of the Hindenburg, it was probably done on a camera very similar to this. To have professional-looking newsreel footage and other things, you needed this 16mm, and you had to pay for it.
Probably pretty high tech for the day.
There's a lot of neat innovations in this thing.
When this camera was built in the 1930s, hundreds of man-hours went into building it. This is precision machining. These were super high-quality professional cameras. And when these things retailed, they went for some serious money. There's some early cameras that go for a lot of money. The thing is, this particular brand, I'm not real familiar with. I'm assuming you want to sell this?
I do want to sell it.
And how much do you want for it?
I was thinking maybe $2,000?
One of the problems you have here is I don't see any stickers on it or anything. You don't have the plug for it, do you?
I don't.
This is one of the things that hurts me, and I don't know. I don't know if everything works. And it's got a really bizarro brand. It's some weird stuff you have going on. Do you mind if I call somebody up? Just try and figure out what I can get out of this thing.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hang out a minute. I'm gonna go give him a call.
All right.
Older movie cameras always go for good money, but this particular one, I'm not sure on the value. But hopefully we can figure out a price, because I'd love to have this in the shop.
This is a toy made for you.
It's a beautiful 16mm camera. I mean, it's got all these weird things going for it, and I have no idea what it's worth.
I'm an auctioneer. We do Hollywood, rock and roll, and sports auctions. I love stories. To me, that's what I collect. You know, people collect stuff, I collect the stories, and I always have great stories. Well, it's in fantastic condition. It's a Berndt-Maurer camera. So it's Eric Berndt and Johnny Maurer got together in 1934. They formed a partnership to build cameras. This guy, John Maurer, to me, he was like the Les Paul to the guitar.
Okay.
He has 90 patents. during his lifetime. They are fantastic cameras. It's also very, very rare.
It's really neat, but I don't know what it's worth.
It's a fantastic camera. We don't know whether it works or not, which can have some impact, but I think possibly it could be made to work. Berndt-Maurer cameras are very rare. As an auctioneer, I look at auction records to see what have similar cameras sold in the past. And the reality is that none of these have been brought to the market. Any of these that are around today are in museums such as Eastman House. So that, of course, adds value at auction. If we were to take this to auction, we would put a conservative auction estimate of $2,000 to $4,000 on it. And I think we should sell it in the range of $4,000.
Okay, thank you.
Which is a good number.
Yeah,
Okay. All right, well, thanks, man.
Pleasure. Good luck.
thank you.
Yes. The camera is in great condition. So this is something that you have it on the shelf in your living room, you have it in your office, and you're holding an asset that potentially will appreciate in years to come.
Okay, so, I mean, what's the best you'll take for it?
I would like $3,000 for it.
That's not gonna happen. Okay?
But you love it. You want to take it home.
I do. Like I said, I absolutely love this camera. I think it's amazing. And,
How much do you love it?
well, I love it a lot, but this is my problem. I'd have to resell it, okay? I don't know if everything works. I'll give you 1,400 bucks for it.
Okay, how about 2,000?
No, 1,500 is what I'll go, because there's still a lot of questions, and if everything in here is trashed, I might get 1,000. That's why I will go 1,500, not a penny more, because this is straight up gambling. Now, these right here, they're roulette wheels.
How about 1,600?
How about 1,550?
Okay, fine.
We have a deal then.
Okay.
Great. I'll meet you right over there, and I'll write this up, and you never have to carry it again as long as you live.
Thank you. I made $1,550, and I'm going to buy a lot of diapers and baby things now.
I've got here an actual cipher.
Oh, yeah, this is what the military used to encode and decode messages. Seems a little bit more complicated than my old decoder ring.
Yeah, just a wee bit. I came to the pawn shop today to sell my World War II Cipher. I'd like to sell this machine today but I actually have 3 of them. I really feel that $1,800 is a very fair price and really my base price.
All right, so where'd you get it?
I got it off the internet. I run a museum for kids. So the big reason I got this machine for the museum is because it's kind of the American version of the German Enigma machine.
Yeah, the German Enigma machine was a pretty big deal. I mean, it was supposedly at the time the unbreakable code.
Right, yeah.
And then I guess everybody kind of figured out how to break it.
Yeah.
Back in World War II, keeping messages a secret was critical. So a cipher machine put a message into a code, and whoever got the message had to have the same machine to decode it. So, do you know how it works, or?
To an extent. I'm not a soldier, but you would set this up to a certain combination, and then every time you would hit this, and it would go down, it would type in a letter. So let's say you were typing in a T, it would turn out to be a W. And then the guy on the other end would know this combination, put his to that, and he would do it on decode. You can go to encode and decode.
Okay.
And then he would decode your W into a T.
Who knows what kind of top secret messages could have been sent with this thing during World War II? A collector would probably love to have this. I just don't know how rare it is or what it's worth. So how much were you looking to get out of it?
I'm thinking around 1,800 or so.
I've got a few concerns, man. One, I'd really like to make sure it works. Second, I'd like to find out exactly what it is. I got a buddy that can answer all those for me. Do you mind if I give him a call?
Sure, yeah.
All right.
He said he wants to call in someone to check it out. I actually wouldn't mind knowing a lot of stuff about it, and I think it's gonna end up being even cooler than it was.
Oh, got an M209.
Oh, you're good.
That's cool.
So, Mark, if you don't mind, kind of tell me exactly what this is and how it works.
Okay, so do you know what it actually is?
Well, I knew about the Enigma. I got the American version.
No, this is not the Enigma. An Enigma was a strategic level encoding device. This is a battlefield level encryption device. It's similar in that, yes, it's encrypting a message,
Right.
But that's really where the similarities end on it. It was a fairly low level of encryption. The Germans could read any messages from this within about 4 hours. But on the battlefield, that's enough time. What would happen is if you were trying to send a message back from the front, you would turn this dial over here to whatever letter you wanted it to be, and then all of these were all substitution alphabets. So it was encoding the letter to a new alphabet.
Okay.
So you'd transfer those letters to the message sheet and then send the message sheet back. What this works out to when you do the math is you had 101 million different combinations.
Oh. So, I mean, there was literally a guy on the battlefield while people were shooting at him, typing in codes into this thing.
Yep.
Just seems like a really, really stressful job at you while you're being shot at trying to figure this out. How rare are they?
They're not common. They built over 100,000 of them, but a number of them were surplused off, a number of them were just trashed.
Is it in working condition?
Yeah, it's in nice shape. You've got all the mechanism in there, the ink pad on it, that's dried out, but other than that, this is in beautiful shape.
All right, Mark, man, I appreciate you coming in, buddy.
Not a problem.
Thanks a lot.
Thanks a lot. Thanks for bringing it in. That's interesting.
You know, you were asking for 1,800. I'm thinking I'm more into like 1,000.
1,000?
Yeah.
Wow, that's like half.
Yes, it is. The second I hear that they've been surplused, it just tells me that there might be a lot of them out there.
Understandable. How close can you get to 18? And can you do 15, 16?
I'll go 1,300. I'm thinking I might get 2,000 for it, and I see it as a hard sell.
Yeah.
So is 1,800 your number? Take it or leave it?
Pretty much.
Yeah, man. Doesn't look like we're gonna make a deal. Thanks a lot.
We weren't able to make a deal today, and for now I'll be able to use it and teach kids, and then when I finally do manage to sell it, I'll buy a better one.